Hello Project 2, how are you today? First of all, I've got two questions. Do you remember, where do you come from? Where do you come from?
I come from Ireland.
Very good. And the second question, where do you live?
I live in Galicia.
Very good. Right. Today we're going to read about a very big country. And in this country they also speak English, but it's a little bit different. So let's look at the USA and the country I come from, the UK. So let's play a game. First of all, for failure. This is the American English. Cookie, can you tell me the UK English? Well done, I think Failure knows this one. In the USA it's cookie, in the UK it's biscuit. Right, one for Evelyn and Marina. In the USA they say cotton candy. What do we say in the UK? We talked about this in San Froilan. It's candy floss. Candy floss. One for Anton. In the USA, they say apartment. What do we say in the UK? Yep, a flat. I think Anton lives in a flat. I'm not sure. Okay, one for Alvaro. In the USA, they say truck. What do we say in the UK? It's a bit difficult. Maybe you remember. We say lorry. That one there. Oh, I'm running out of space. And the last one. The last one's easy for everybody. In the USA, they say movie. What do we say in the UK? Yep, we watch a film, not a movie. Just have to stick that one up at the top. Oh, I'm out of space. Okay, let's have a look in our books. On page 65, we're going to read all about the USA. But first of all, I think exercise 1 is quite easy. Can you answer some of these questions? How many states are there in the USA? States are like provinces. How many states? Should we guess?
50.
Yeah, you might be right. Number 2, who lives in the White House? The White House, remember? Special White House. Who lives in the White House?
The president.
Donald Trump, yeah. What is the Stars and Stripes? Maybe if I move these a little bit, you can see what is the Stars and Stripes. What's this? A flag? Yeah, I think it's the flag. Number 4. Oh, this is a bit more difficult. When did the USA start? When did the first people come from Europe and decide this is the USA? And where did the first people, the first settlers come from? It's Europe, but tell me a country. Any ideas?
The UK.
Oh, maybe. Right. Okay, time to read. Let's read and see if we can find the answers to these questions. So, the USA, the United States of America. The United States of America is the 4th largest country in the world. It's bigger than Europe, bigger than the whole of Europe. But it isn't the largest country in North America. Paul, what's your favourite country? In North America, what's larger?
Canada.
Yay, Canada is a little bit larger. There are 5 time zones in the USA. So when it's 12 o'clock in New York in the east, it's only 7 o'clock in Hawaii. Hawaii's over here in the Pacific. The world's longest river is in the USA. Can you see down the middle? It's the Mississippi-Missouri River. The USA is the richest country in the world. It produces more food, iron, cars, aeroplanes, books, music and TV programs than any other country. Amazing. The USA has a population of about 300 million people. Most of them live in the cities. Remember we had the song about the cities? The largest city is New York. About 8 million people live there. The second largest city? Any ideas? The second largest city is Los Angeles on the west coast in California. And the third largest city is Chicago. Can you find Chicago? Ah, it's up here, kind of near the lakes, the Great Lakes. There are 50, well done Paul, there are 50 states in the United States. Some on the eastern states are quite small, like Rhode Island and Delaware. Rhode Island is in fact the smallest state. Others like Texas and California and Alaska are bigger than a lot of countries. Probably bigger than Spain or bigger than the UK. Alaska is the largest state. It's also got the highest mountain in North America, Mount McKinley, up here. Each state has got its own government and its own capital city. But what's the main capital? What's the big capital of the USA? Any ideas? The federal capital for the whole country is Washington, D.C., and the US President lives there in the White House. The flag of the USA is called the Stars and Stripes, and on the flag there is one star for each of the 50 states, and there are 13 stripes for the original 13 states. These states formed the USA in 1776. So maybe that was when it was started, I think. The first settlers in the USA came from Britain. Well done, Paul. But now the USA has people from all over the world, from Europe, Asia, Africa and South America. Right, so stop the video for a second. Write the answers to the first 5 questions, and I'll find my pen. When you're finished, what did we say? How many states are there in the USA? 50. Who lives in the White House? Let's just say the president. Number 3. What is the Stars and Stripes? It is the flag. This flag here. When did the USA start? You look for the date in the bottom paragraph down here. 1776. And number 5. Where did the first settlers come from? Here it says Britain, but it's kind of the same. Just say the UK. UK. Well done. Very good. Right. A few more questions. A few more questions that we can answer on this side. Here are the answers, but let's see if we can match them to the questions. Again, this can be a bit of a game, and you can play too. So what's the name of the 4th largest country in the world? We're doing exercise 2 now. Yeah? The 4th largest country in the world? We've got countries, we've got Canada or the USA. If you read the first paragraph, it's the USA. So that's the answer to number 1. Question number 2, the largest country in North America.
Canada.
All said before, Canada. Canada is the answer to question number 2. The 3rd longest river in the world. Read again and find the river. The river was the Mississippi, Missouri. Look at all those letters. Whew. Number 4, the largest city in the USA. The largest city? Read again if you have to. New York. And the 3rd largest city. The 3rd largest city was...
Chicago.
Oh, let me find it. Chicago. Chicago is the answer to number 5. The smallest state. The smallest state.
Alaska.
No, Alaska's very big. The smallest state is Rhode Island on the east coast. And the largest state?
Alaska.
Alaska. And last question, what's the highest mountain in North America? It's got to be Mount McKinley. Well done. Give yourself full marks for that. Right. One last thing for you to do. I'd like you to tell me about your country, about Spain, or about Galicia. I don't mind. So question number 3 is your homework. Let's see. The 2nd and 3rd largest cities. 2nd and 3rd largest. I don't know. Would that be Lugo or Barcelona? The longest river. I have no idea. The highest mountain? I think there's a very high mountain in the Canary Islands. The largest region. The largest region? The largest autonomous region, I suppose. I don't know. And the biggest lake. I don't know. Okay, you do this for homework. Write it down. Send it to me if you can. And I'll see you in a minute for part 2. Bye. Hello, Project 2. Right, now we're going to start the new unit, the final unit of this book, Unit 6. It's all about entertainment. So let's look first at all the different types of TV programs. So we're going to listen and see if you can find the program that you hear. Let's see if this works. Listen.
Exercise 2. 1. Come on! We have to get out of here! This whole building is gonna blow at any moment! Come on!
Whoa, any ideas? I think that could be a film. It sounded very exciting. Number 2.
Two.
Look, there they are. They're trying to escape through that window. Come on. Stop!
That sounds quite exciting too, but I can hear a car and somebody trying to catch somebody. I think police drama. Next. Play.
3.
Good evening. Today's headlines. The US President arrived in Brussels today for talks with European leaders. Thick fog is causing problems in many parts of the country.
4.
Any ideas? I think that was the news and a little bit about the weather. Usually the weather comes after the news. Number 4.
Look, who's that with Tessa? It isn't her brother. No, and it isn't her boyfriend either. Come on, let's follow them.
That sounds like a good story, all about people. I think that's a soap opera. And one more.
5. And
This
Vidic
one's
passes to
easy.
Hernandez. Hernandez to Carrick. And it's ready!
Easy. Where are we? A sports program.
6.
Number 6.
Hello, welcome to This Is Our Town. In this program, people take us on a tour of their own town. Today, we're in the lovely city of Chichester with John and Ellen Clark.
That one is supposed to be a reality show. A reality show where they do something like real life. Okay, we'll do a few more in a minute. How about some questions? So question number 1 for you. What's your favourite programme? What's your favourite kind of TV programme?
I like the news.
Yeah, I like the news too, but I also like nature programmes, all about animals. What about you? And when? When do you watch? When do you watch the news? When?
I watch the news at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I watch the news at 6 o'clock. And where? Sometimes there are TVs in lots of rooms of your house. Where do you watch the TV? Where do you watch the news?
I watch the news in the living room.
Yeah, very good. Okay, shall we carry on? A few more sound effects and tell me number 7.
7.
What on earth is this? I think it's a cartoon. A cartoon with lots of sounds, funny sounds. Next.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Now, You started as an actress when you were very young. How old were you?
I was 3 years old.
3! And can you remember anything about it?
Not a lot, but to tell you the truth.
So lots of people, lots of chat. A chat show. Next.
9.
In 1066, the King of England died. His name was Edward the Confessor. 3 men wanted to become the next king. The first was Harold, the Earl of Wessex. He was defeated famously.
This sounds like history, doesn't it? I think it's a documentary. Or is it? A documentary? A history documentary. Something about the world. Next.
10. And now, for £5,000, here's the final question.
Ooh, lots of
What
money.
is the largest country in Africa?
I don't know. But that is a quiz show. Ooh, do you like quiz shows? I do. A quiz show.
11.
Here in the Antarctic, it's autumn, and the days are getting shorter. Some animals are leaving to find warmer places for the winter, but others are arriving. Penguins. They arrive in their thousands and walk many kilometers to
A
find
nature program, one of my favourite programs.
12.
So the last one? Ah, lots of people laughing.
Eat that, it's Benny's. Just watch me. I can eat anything. Oh, it's horrible. Benny can have it. Who is Benny anyway? He's our dog.
Ooh, a comedy program. A comedy show. Well done. Very good. So, here's some vocabulary. Let's have a look at the next bit, which is a bit of a story. So, first of all, look at this picture. Look at this photo. The first part, what are these girls doing? Can you see? In the first part, the girls are having lunch and they're chatting. They're chatting about what they're going to do. So in this unit, we're talking about the future. So the girls are talking about what they're going to do. And then at the end, there's a surprise. Laura has a surprise, and not a good surprise. Let's listen. Let's listen to this on the computer, because then you can hear. Oops. No, I've gone the wrong way.
Page 68. Exercise 2.
One more.
Unit 6. Entertainment. Page 68. Exercise 1A.
No, wrong one.
a quiz show.
Just a
Page 60.
second.
Page
This one.
68. Exercise 3.
Read and
What are you
listen.
going to do this evening, Laura? Well, my parents aren't going to be at home, so I'm not going to do any homework. I'm going to watch all my favourite TV programmes. What about your brother, Oscar? Is he going to be at home? Yes, he is. But I'm going to keep the remote control. Are you going to watch 2.5 Men? That's my favourite comedy programme. No, I'm not.
So poor Laura, she had, oops. Poor Laura, she had lots of plans for what she was going to watch on the TV, but in the end, no, it wasn't going to happen. So what does Laura want to do this evening? What does Laura want to do this evening? She wants to watch, or she's going to watch, lots of TV. What kind of programme is 2.5 Men? Can you look? Look for one of these, a type of programme. I think 2.5 Men is a comedy programme. Down here. And what kind of programme is inside the actor's studio? Inside the actor's studio, down here, is a chat show where they're going to interview some famous people. And at the end, why can't she watch TV? She can't watch TV because the TV is going to her grandmother's, because her grandmother's TV is broken. Oh dear. Right, let's do some practice for you. For this, I've got my spinner. So, some going to questions for you. What are you going to do in the summer? What are your plans? What are you going to do in the summer?
In the summer, I'm going to go to the swimming pool.
Good idea. In the summer, I'm going to relax in the sun. Let's have another one. Spin the spinner. Ooh, what are you going to do after this video?
After this video, I'm going to eat lunch.
After this video, I'm going to have a cup of tea. And you, what are you going to do? What more? What are you going to do this evening? I'm going to watch TV this evening. And you?
I'm going to watch TV too.
Yeah. And the last one, tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow? I'm going to go to the supermarket. Very exciting. And you?
Tomorrow, I'm going to walk the dog.
Very good. So, in this unit, we're practicing going to. You have a look on the next page. This is my copy of the grammar chart. On the next page, so maybe you need to come a little bit closer and we'll fill it in. So, we've got the people here. We've got the people here. First of all, let's look at I. So, this line is the negative. I'm not going to watch TV. I'm not going to watch TV. Up here, any ideas? How would you make the positive? The positive is if you can see this pen, I'm going to eat lunch. I'll get my black pen. That'll be better. So the positive, the affirmative is I'm going to eat lunch. The going to stays the same. Going to. And after the going to is a verb, is an action. So I'm going to eat. I'm going to do. I'm going to play. He, she and it uses, again, the verb to be and going to. So he isn't, negative, he isn't going to revise for a test. Maybe he's very clever. He isn't going to. And the positive, the affirmative, he is going to do yoga. He is going to is the affirmative. These three, he, she and it, all use the same part of the verb. She is, it is. Remember it? What's it for? Usually it is for animals or objects like the book or the pen. And these ones, we aren't. We aren't going to play football. No. And the positive, we are. We are going to play football. Or you uses the same part. You are going to be at home. You aren't going to be at home. Or they uses the same. Are or aren't going to, plus the verb and everything else. Okay, you can copy this into the grammar chart in your book. Remember, we're talking about the future now. We're talking about our plans for the future. Okay, and your homework is to use this chart and do exercises 4B and 4C. So in 4B, you need to write in what's missing. Remember, write in the verb to be and the going to. Yeah. In all of these, I think you just have to write the verb to be and the going to part. And the verbs are already here. Then for 4C, we need to make these negative. So we just need to change it. Ruby is going to read a book this evening. Negative. Ruby isn't going to read a book this evening. Okay, you carry on. Write this part in your book and this part in your notebooks. And we'll check the answers next class, okay? Have a nice week. See you soon. Bye.